everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I took myself a little nap because it's kind of a rainy day here in Albuquerque. And rainy days are perfect for little naps, especially when you got a headache, which I have one. But it's good enough now that I can sit down and do a react. I woke up from my nap to see stuff on Twitter that Foodie had gone live in a car, and she was reporting that she was leaving the new apartment, that she had gotten into an argument with the landlord, and so therefore she's leaving. So the time in the apartment is pretty much over. Of course, she wasn't happy about leaving the apartment. She wasn't happy about the fact that people reached out to the landlord and told him some things, and that led to a conversation between herself and the landlord that she probably did not want to have. But she's car Beeezin in this react, and she's going to be an unhappy camper. And of course, there's stuff on Twitter about it. So, tell y'all what, let's get into the Twitter peeps, and then we'll get on to her live stream, and I will give my thoughts there. So, you guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps, and I've got everything all set and ready to go. You just go ahead and share the screen. There's not a whole lot of stuff there, but there is some stuff. All right, so for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. First tweet, courtesy of MC saying, Jesus, cutie. Foop Olympics says Chantal got in an argument with the landlord over the messages people were sending him. She is moving out of the apartment and plans to rehome Smokey. She says she's keeping everything private from now on and plans to use a green screen during her lives. So let's watch the clip in question.
I explained to the landlord what was going on. Like, he's like, people are messaging me, telling me about when you lived in Orleans. I was like, yeah, many years ago. Years ago? Yeah, okay. Saying that, like, I was like, whatever. I always paid the rent on time. Like, whatever. If you want, I'm like, I'm not arguing with you about this. I explained what happened, like all my history, everything. I'm like, actually, I don't feel comfortable staying there with people knowing where I am.
Okay, few things about that. So let's talk about the landlord situation. I don't think the landlord is going to kick you out over you being a YouTuber, Chantal. I don't think that was the problem. I mean, that would just be ridiculous for a landlord to say, you're streaming on YouTube and I'm kicking you out. I did hear some things about you in the new apartment. The fact that you had just barely moved in and you were going to the landlord constantly complaining. I also heard that you managed to break the wax seal in the toilet, which I'm sure would be very costly to fix for the landlord. And so it sounds like maybe the reason why the landlord wanted you gone is because you just barely moved in and you're a problem tenant. You're already a headache. Yeah.
So I'm leaving, like, before I'm not staying there now, but I'm leaving the sanctuary for I would love to give the Smokey to somebody, like, I don't know, but I don't know you guys. Jacinta, just a little something to yourself. Thank you, Jacinta. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. So
yeah, she has said more than once she does not want to give any pet that she owns, even for a very short period of time, to anybody who's connected to her YouTube channel, because she doesn't want anyone getting online and tattletaling on her in any kind of way. Like, she's basing her decision on who the owner is of her pet on the fact that if they know about her channel or not, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But that's just my opinion.
So a lot of my stuff I have to get rid of, like, slowly, and that's it. Onto a new life, I guess. I have to move. Yeah, Justine. Honestly, like, I was really depressed staying there anyways. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not happy. Like, I'm not.
Chantal, you're not going to be happy anywhere you go. You're always going to find complaints about whatever place you arrive to. You're going to have complaints about the size of the place, about this and that and the other thing. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. Most apartments have little quirks in them. Usually when you move in, you find out what the quirks are. You know, I just moved into this place and this place is a bit quirky. But of course I didn't know that until I all the way moved in, but it's stuff that I could work around. It's not that big of a deal. And if there's stuff you don't like, you can always fix it. You can always rearrange it. You can always work with it. But you're looking for the perfect place. Ma'am, no place like that exists. Even if you get a posh apartment somewhere, which I don't know if you can afford in a posh apartment, but there's going to be quirks about that too. It could be because there are neighbors that are loud and they fight and just something. There's always going to be something. There's no perfect place in the world. There's always going to be quirks that you got to deal with. But moving on, Perfectly Imperfect says, Foodie Beauty live stream recap car confessional episode 1, the haters win edition. Well, she's live, y'all, barely fitting, stuffed tight into the driver's seat of a mystery car. Well, that kind of looks like her mom's car. Looking like she was vacuum sealed in by a team of roadside emergency responders. Live from the front seat where the vibes are cramped and the accountability is nowhere to be found. She's not saying whether the car is bought, rented, borrowed, or summoned from a Beeezin portal, but she will be in this car. For how long? Unknown. It's top secret. There's no room for logic in this glove compartment. Now, on to the updates. Smokey is being rehomed, but not to anyone in her audience because she can't trust anybody. Fair. No one in the chat has ever tried to give a cat Doritos. She says she has to rehome him and can't just drop him at the SPCA because they're overwhelmed. Reality check. She knows they'll flag her, and her days of impulsively adopting cats like she's picking up snacks are over. Why the sudden move? According to Chantal, the landlord doxed her by, brace yourself, putting up real estate listing photos of her apartment for another unit in her building. Somehow, this turned into haters calling the landlord and warning him of her villa era. The landlord wasn't happy. So she says they argued and she chose to leave on her own. Sure, Jan. She's glad to leave because the apartment was depressing and gasp had stairs, the trauma. She waffles between knowing exactly what she's doing and having no clue what's next. But she's leaving, definitely staying in Canada because she's not healthy enough to travel, and streaming from the car for now. She says streams will be boring from now on, and it's our fault for ruining the fun. Girl, the fun left a while ago. True that. Even when she was in the apartment, they really weren't exciting, were they? No. She was doing the same content in the apartment in Canada that she was doing in the apartment in Kuwait. There really was no difference, except in Canada, she was just a little bit more stoned and a little bit more high. Cooking content, gone. She'll be using a green screen, so it's just going to be more sit, seal, and rant sessions, which, let's be honest, is exactly what it already was. No one was holding out hope for a souffle. When someone in chat suggested her history impulsivist might have played a role in this chaos, she raged, says nothing is her fault. She bullied constantly and she's never done anything to deserve it. Not a thing. Not even the time she doxed schools, children, nursing homes, phone numbers, entire families, and told people to harass an elderly woman. That was years ago, so let it go. You know, Chantal, you really can't complain about being doxxed when you've done plenty of it yourself. And worse, you actually had other people do doxing as well, like Missy Moo. How much doxing did Missy Moo do for you? Yeah, and as far as the doxing an elderly woman in a nursing home, For those who are wondering, who were not around at the time when that occurred during Crackhead Olympics. Chantal was mad at Dee Dee, and Chantal told the location of Dee Dee's mom's nursing home, involving Dee Dee's mom, even though Dee Dee's mom was not on YouTube, had nothing to do with Chantal, but Chantal did that out of spite. And she blamed Smokey's old owner for even adopting the cat in the first place. She says she felt pressured. Girl, you slid into their DMs. Now you're the victim of getting what you asked for. Yeah, it's not like the owner knew Chantal and would seek her out. Chantal was just seeking out another cat to grift with. So how are you blaming the owner again? She declares that doxing is illegal, which is rich, coming from someone who basically the doxing Lorax. She speaks for the doxes. When reminded in chat about her own prolific doxing resume, she hand-waved it as years ago, whatever. And finally, she thanks the haters for the instability because apparently she likes chaos. The idea of stability scares her. And you know what? That's the first true, honest thing she said all year. It might have been true. So here we are, new arc, new lies, same vape, same cycle, trapped in a car, trapped in denial, and still blaming the world for the fire she started herself. Coming soon, Car Beats live from the Tim Hortons parking lot. Or the Orange Julep. Didn't she say she wanted to go to the Orange Julep? Now she's got a car and she can go to the Orange Julep. And I'm sure that after she's done with the Orange Julep, we know who she's going to go see. The Green Peen in Lachine. Kristen says, Foodie Beauty has access to a car, is leaving the apartment that got doxxed, and is planning to rehome Smokey. She says she has plan B, but also says that she needs to figure out what to do next. Well, if there was a plan B, why are you not executing plan B? What exactly is plan B, Chantal? It doesn't make sense. You're saying I had a plan B, or I have a plan B, but yet you don't know what you're going to do next. It kind of sounds like you don't have a plan B. You know? All right, moving on. Cheryl's horrible horror says she says she's going to never reveal her location again. Watch her channel go down the tube. Oh, it's already there. It's already happening. That's been happening for a minute. Dried up Twitter hag says, somebody please tell me what she has to be so smug about. Please help me understand. I don't know. You know, I'm just going to take a guess here. I don't think she's truly smug. She's just acting smug because she doesn't want Girl World to win. It's a game to her. You know, if she comes on camera sad or upset, then that's her admitting defeat. And Chantal is a narcissist and she will never admit defeat. So even if she's falling apart on the inside, she's not going to show it. She's going to act like, I'm okay, everything's fine, there's nothing wrong, when she's absolutely losing her mind when the camera's turned off. Bad Seed says, Foodie Beauty, this is the face of a person who doesn't know how to quit when they are ahead, and proceeds to tell the haters she doesn't care what they do. Oh, she does care. She does care, though. Very much does she care. Okay, so we've talked about Chantal for a minute. Let's move on to Pete's for just a second. Pete's is angry. He's very angry at Girl World, at whoever was doxing Chantal. He's mad. He's big mad. But he said something totally out of line. He said whoever doxed Chantal should go unalive themselves. Pete, that's entirely too far, sir. Entirely too far. But Florida Salt and Sass says, talking about Pete's, you write essay fantasy stuff. You have violent verbal outbursts when you're unhappy about something. Maybe worry about yourself before worrying about that cow, Pete's. So I don't watch Pete's. To me, he's unwatchable. He's just all over the place. But Pete's Perfectly Imperfect says Pete says that those that dox Foodie Beauty should unalive themselves after saying that it's ridiculous to get caught up in internet drama. So let's watch the clip of Pete's.
They should just stop being alive. They bring absolutely no value to the world. Their existence is a net negative on the level of happiness in the world. So they should just stop being alive. Yeah, go ahead and fucking report me.
Pete, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry about everything? Are you angry because maybe you were hoping at some point that you and Foodie could move in together somewhere, or you could move in with her at some point and things could be as they once were? You could just move into a place with Foodie and you could have your own room and she would pay all of the bills and you could kind of ride piggyback off her channel again and get some extra views and some extra money. You know, I honestly think you wanted part of the Canadian villa arc back, the part that benefited you. Although, let's be clear, if Chantal moved in with you, there'd be no benefit for her. You don't have a job right now. You don't have any money. You're not bringing in a paycheck. Hence the reason why she moved in by herself in the first place. Because it's cheaper for her to take care of herself than to take care of the both of you. But are you mad because that dream is being busted up? And for the record, in my opinion, you going after Girl World and saying that people should just unalive themselves because they offer nothing to humanity, to existence. Sir, I could say the same thing about you. What exactly are you doing to benefit yourself or benefit society? I mean, really. You're not really doing anything. You're not participating in anything. You're not good for yourself right now or good for anybody else. So there's that. But I'm not telling you to unalive yourself, you know. So you saying that's a very strong statement, sir, and you really shouldn't have said it. All right. Sandy, what's a Visa run quesadilla says, I know where Foodie can stay. The Motel 6. Hey, you guys remember way back in the day, I showed you the Motel 6 rooms. Did I not? I showed the Motel 6 rooms. They're pretty nice. Motel 6 rooms are really nice. But here's where it gets funnier. I don't think Chantal could afford a Motel 6 room for a month. You can pay by the week or by every 2 weeks or the month or whatnot, but extended hotel stays are not cheap, y'all. I don't know what her money's looking like. She just got paid from YouTube, but she could go stay at the Motel 6. I mean, what does she need? Her phone? Some food? She got a car now? Why not? Go stay at the Motel 6, Chantal. You know, since you made fun of the Motel 6, this is the Motel 6 revenge arc. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the Twitter peeps. And where did my background go? StreamYard, you had one job. You're messing up. All right, so we're going to be moving on to the live stream. And good news, y'all, this one did not last long. There she is, streaming out of the car with the bad internet. Looking like she parked her car in Minecraft with all the pixelation. Ooh, you know she's not happy. You know she is big mad. Big mad. I don't care what she says in this live stream. She's big mad. I'm here for her mad, though. I'm here for. Y'all ready? We're going to sit in and see how mad she gets. Let's do this.
Hello, is the internet? It's probably really slow because my plan is like shit.
Well, Chantal, you do nothing but stream off your phone. I would think someone like yourself that you stream off your phone all the time and nothing but your phone, that you would have gotten a better plan by now. Why haven't you? Do you have like the lowest plan that your company offers? Why haven't you bumped it up a couple notches? This is unacceptable.
Jeez. Yeah. Hey, Mira, Kayla. Gonna wait for more people to come in. Jesse, Dream, Red Room. Thank you very much. I'm okay. I always am. Well, that's not true. I'm not always okay.
You know, before she even says a word, I'm looking at her face. You know, body language. And this is not me looking and seeing something that ain't there. When it comes to someone like Chantal, that she's a big old liar, you got to look at other things to find the truth. Chantal is a very expressive person, and she does not know how to do a proper poker face. She does not know how to hide her emotions very, very well. Before she even says a word, she is peeved. Ooh, she's mad. She is so mad. I know you're mad, Chantal. I would, if it were me, I'd be mad. I'd be big mad, just moving to a place. You're trying to get settled. You've barely been there, not even a week, and you gotta go. Oh, I'd be mad too.
Yeah. Hey, Craig.
But to be fair, how long have you been on YouTube? 8 years. And I know that you know about the kiwi farmers. I know you know all about the forums and how everybody gets doxxed over there. Everybody gets doxxed. And the kiwi farmers are scary. They are doggone scary. I mean, the level of scary going on over there, like they will find you if they want to know where you are. Did you not learn your lesson years ago when you were staying in a hotel and the kiwi farmers found out where you were just based on the carpet and the wall paint? You were staying in a hotel and you showed just a little bit of the carpet and the wall paneling, and boom, they know where you were. You didn't learn your lesson all the way back then? You're going to move into a new place and show the layout. You're going to show the kitchen. You're going to show your room. You were showing everything. You were showing way too much. And the kiwi farmers found you. And then the place was found on Facebook. Girl, you were being all kinds of foolish. You know that.
Gossip, Lisa, Stink, Trixie. Yeah, I wouldn't know about yesterday. I was in AC all the time, but today is humid and hot AF. Yes. I hope you didn't lose your place. Velma. What's plan A and why did we skip it? I'm just waiting for people. Chucky, before I update you on everything. Can I hold my phone like this? My face is
Boy, your internet is crappy today.
big, but whatever. Hey, Bethadone. Ooh, the AC. How do I turn the fan down? There we go. The AC works good. Well, very well. Well, I bought a new car. I'm just joking. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't my car. Who knows? 92 degrees. Jarella. People are insane. Yes, they are. Hello, Cat Lou. So I'm doing members only streams, and I think that I'm going to keep it that way. So if you want to partake and join, ask me questions, whatever, please feel free to join because it's just way better that way for me.
This is feeling real familiar. I remember way back in the day during Crackhead Olympics, Chantal would do members only streams as a way to kind of, she was trying to subtly force people to buy memberships to talk to her. She put all the conversation behind a paywall so that anybody who wasn't a member, she was kind of poking at them like, hey, you want to talk to me, you got to spend $5. If you don't spend $5, then you can't talk to me. She did a lot of those during Crackhead Olympics. She did VIB membership only chats almost exclusively for a long, long time.
Hey, Scarlett, Smokey's okay. My signal got better. That's so weird. Is it bad? More members. Hey, Beezus. Maybe I should drive to a better location with better reception. I don't know. I'm not going to be live too long. I don't have my stand, and it's kind of annoying. And unless I can put my phone... I just pulled over somewhere. So a lot of drama has unfolded. I'm sure you know already, but I've learned a big lesson from this. It's a glitchy screen. Hey, Jacinta. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Because if not, I'll move. Hey, Brooke. You can see me okay, too? I have access to a car. I can't tell you if I rented it, if I bought it, if it's loaned to me from somebody I know. Val! Welcome here. Welcome, Val. Nice to see you. Hey, Lisa. Because I can literally not share a single thing about my life. And I'm sorry, but people have ruined that for everyone. Hey, UCP. It's not safe for me to, with people, psychotic people trying to ruin my life. So, cute bunnies. So basically, because I filmed what happened was I filmed inside my apartment, which, by the way, if I ever move somewhere, never. I can never show you guys my place unless I buy a house.
So she's trying to say that the landlord is kicking her out or wants her to move simply because she's streaming inside the apartment. I'm not buying that. A landlord can't tell you what you can do inside of your apartment. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, you are recording videos and doing lives in your apartment? Well, you're getting evicted. Ridiculous. That can't be the reason. There has to be something else.
Even then, like, people be looking up apartments, people be looking up, like, it's just really messed up, like, you know. But I'm not surprised. Whatever, I can't do anything about that. Thank you, Mochi. I appreciate you. Hey, Teardrop. So fine, whatever. So,
well, speaking of the apartment, Chantal, you shared way too much about the apartment. Like I said, you showed the entire inside of the apartment, the kitchen area, your room. You mentioned how much you were paying in rent, and all that people did was follow the breadcrumbs that you dropped and follow back and found the listing on Facebook Marketplace, places for rent. Had you not shared so much, nobody would have had a clue. You know about Girl World, you know about the Kiwi farmers, you know it's a mistake to share details. You should have been smart and put your room in such a way to where nobody could see anything. There's nothing identifying, but you got sloppy and stoned and high and lazy, and you didn't want to take the extra steps to keep things anonymous. So it's kind of all on you.
So they found where I lived, and like the landlord posted another apartment for rent in the same house, and and I'm telling you this because I'm not staying there anymore, so it doesn't matter. He posted that people were searching all over online. I have Teardrop. I have a car right now. Yeah. So basically, I need a car. I need to like move all my shit. All my stuff. Sorry. I need to move all my stuff. So anyways, and I need to do content. Like I need to get out of there. Like, you know, I needed to get out of there. So anyways, people are just doing too much. So my bad. I should have never showed you guys any of my apartment. Sad that I cannot do that I cannot share my apartment with you because of some psychotic people. Whatever. Whatever. So my bad. I shouldn't have done that. I should have literally just filmed with a green screen. Or anytime I go live, it will have to be like, if it's from a place where I am, it has to be from a green screen. It has to be from a white wall with nothing in the background. So I'm sorry, but my content is going to be very boring when it's live streams.
You know, Chantal, I can't say for sure, but I think maybe there might have been a chance that people might have left you alone more had you not gotten smoky. I can't say 100% for sure on that one, but you had to know that by getting Smokey the cat, that was going to cause problems. Given your history of how you don't take care of animals, you neglect animals, it was going to kick the hornet's nest in girl world. And people were going to come for you. And they did. But you being defiant, you wanted a cat. You wanted a cat that you could use for companionship, also using the cat to grift. And maybe you were trying to stick the middle finger at girl world since of what you did in Kuwait, and you got in trouble with the kitten, and you were feeling kind of bruised from that. So you came back to Canada and immediately got another cat as a screw you gesture. Well, it looks like girl world screwed you back harder. So maybe if you had not gotten Smokey, there wouldn't have been so many problems.
Exactly. That was plan A, living in my own place with Smokey. That's not going to work. So
honestly, you shouldn't have an animal. I think the night that you did the live stream at your apartment and you were talking to everybody, there was a lot of truth in some of the things you were saying. You were saying, I don't know what's going on. I can't take care of myself. I don't think I can take care of Smokey. I think you were being truthful, which is rare with you. It's rare to hear you say something truthful. And I think you were having a moment with yourself where you were just admitting, I really can't take much of care of anything these days. So if you were having that moment of truthfulness with yourself, then you should follow up with rehoming Smokey, whether you have an apartment or not. You're someone, honestly, that you need a caretaker. Given your mobility, given your size, given your health, I don't think it's safe for you to live on your own right now. I mean, who knows what could happen? You need to be around someone at least who can look in on you and make sure that everything's okay.
What my text messages be showing up on the screen? That's not good. Anyways, yeah, right? Hey, Lisa Light. So Smokey is going. We're rehoming him.
Who's we? You're the only one that owns Smokey, so who is we?
But I'm trying to find the right place for him. I feel really bad for him. He's very sweet, but he's like a really vocal cat. Like he cries nonstop. So,
you know, when you did the first live stream back with Smokey, I did notice that whenever he would meow, you would freak out. And I wondered why at the time. Like, why were you freaking out about that? Was it because you didn't want people on live stream to hear it? Or did you not want the neighbors to hear it? And as it turns out, the apartment that you rented is a non-smoking, non-pet apartment. So maybe you were worried that the neighbors would hear Smokey and complain. But if you plan to have a pet, or if you do have a pet, it's never a good idea to rent an apartment that says specifically no pets. So honestly, you shouldn't have had Smokey in the first place.
I don't know. You know, that's okay, Teardrop. Thanks, guys. Hi, BBJ. So, I have a plan B, but I'm not telling anyone what the hell it is. Quite frankly, I'm not going to tell you. And I don't think you can blame me. So, I have until, like, I explained to the landlord what was going on. Like, he's like, people are messaging me, telling me about when you lived in Orleans.
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, many years ago. Years ago? Yeah, okay.
And you guys got to understand the viewpoint of the landlord. If the landlord has been sent videos, pictures from her time when she was living in the Canadian villa, how trashed that place got. If I were a landlord, I would be concerned too. I'd be very concerned about having a tenant that is so sloppy and so nasty. They might invite a roach infestation, which is expensive to fix, especially if the roaches spread to other units. Then everybody's got to get treated, and that could cost a lot of money. There might be damage to the property. Again, more money. The landlord, they just want to make money. They don't want to spend money. And if people are sending stuff to the landlord saying, you got a problem tenant that has a history of not respecting whatever place they move into, they have a history of causing damage and roach infestation. Yeah, I would want to get on top of that problem before it got started.
Saying that, like, I was like, whatever. I always paid the rent on time. Like, whatever. If you want, I'm like, I'm not arguing with you about this. I explained what happened, like all my history, everything.
Yeah. Did you tell the landlord about the history about being in the Canadian villa? And after you left, Pete's name was on the lease and there were $5,000 in damages. Did you mention that part? Probably not.
I'm like, actually, I don't feel comfortable staying there with people knowing where I am. So I'm leaving, like, before the, like, I'm not staying there now, but I'm leaving the sanctuary for I would love to give the Smokey to somebody, like, I don't know, but I don't know you guys. Just
well, if to be fair, if you give Smokey to an organization or a group or a no-kill shelter or somebody else who's not in a group, you're not going to know them either. You're not going to know where he's going, and to be honest, you're not going to care. Are you?
A little something to yourself. Thank you, Jacinta. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. So,
and she, you know what she's doing here? She's getting kicked out, but she's making it seem like I'm not getting kicked out. I'm moving out. I'm doing this voluntarily. There's no voluntary about any of this. She just got there. And she's the kind that once she gets somewhere, she doesn't like to leave. So if she's leaving, it's not by her choice.
Well, I'm a lot of my stuff I have to get rid of like slowly. And that's it. On to a new life, I guess. I have to move, yeah, Justine. Honestly, like I was really depressed staying there anyways. I don't know what it is.
You weren't depressed. Well, maybe you were sad. Maybe you were feeling out of sorts. But I would say part of the reason why you felt bad is because you were staying numbed up all the time. Because that's something that happened back in the Canadian Villa days. And I remember back in the Canadian Villa days, you would say, I'm suffering from depression, which I'm not making fun of anybody who suffers from depression. It is very serious. It's very debilitating. It can be almost paralyzing for some people. But your depression was a bit funky because you would say you were depressed, but the moment that Natter called you, you'd be up and out of that bed, putting on your makeup, putting on the lotion and the body spray, and out the door you would go. So you would snap out of it really quick whenever he called.
But I'm just not happy. Like, I'm not happy. And the thought of like looking at more apartments and dealing with landlords, and it just makes me want to throw up. So honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do.
But you just said not too long ago, like a few minutes ago, you had a plan B. So do you not have a plan B? It kind of sounds like you don't have a plan B.
Actually, I do know what I'm going to do, but I'm not telling anybody. So
which, make up your mind. Either you know what you're doing or you don't. And it's okay to say, I don't know what I'm doing. It's all right, Chantal. It's okay to say, hey, this was a sudden thing and this thing came up and I don't know where I'm going to go next. It's okay to say that. Why can't you say that?
Oh, he didn't kick me out. No, we just kind of like were arguing a bit and like trying to come up with like, you know, I was just like, I need to leave.
In every story, the narcissist is either the hero or the victim. So, of course, she's putting her spin on it of, I chose to leave, because she doesn't want to admit defeat and say, yes, I got kicked out. I'm being kicked out.
You know. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to find somewhere else at this. Really, Amira? Yeah, witchy people are nuts, but whatever. Nothing I can do about that.
I know one thing that would help you find a new place, wherever that may be. Don't get a pet. Just 86 that idea. Wherever you go, don't get another cat. Just don't do it. Bad idea. I know you like to tick off girl world and you've been doing a lot of rage baiting lately, but I don't think at this stage in time that'd be wise to do that.
So you guys win, okay? Like whatever you want over me, you win. Thank you. Good move, you win. You have to be more secretive about your housing. I know it sucks that I have to do that because like when I get a new place or, you know, I like to share with you guys, but you can't. So live streaming is going to have to be away from where I'm residing or, you know.
You know, she's mad about that because Chantal's ideal live streaming is being in a room, ceiling on the bed, being boring, going nowhere. And she's mad at the thought that she might have to actually get up out of bed, get in a car, get dressed, and go someplace and then turn her camera on. She's mad at the thought of, I actually have to move. I have to go somewhere, get my butt out of the house, and show something other than a bedroom and a bed. I can't just sit in the room all day and steal. She's mad about that.
Hey, Island Dragonfly. Imagine being mad you have to rehome Smokey because they got you kicked out. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Stay mad. I don't know. They're always mad about something. So, honestly, whatever. I'm just going to, like, see what's going to happen. Whatever. I don't know, guys. I want to see how you decorate and cooking. I'm so pissed off. Yep, they're ruining Beeezin, stinky person.
You know what, Beezers? You really shouldn't be mad at Girl World. Let me tell you why. Because of what I just said a minute ago. Because Chantal, had she not had this happen to her, what would she have given you? Stream after stream after stream after stream after stream of her with her camera off, you just hearing her voice, you not seeing her face, her being in bed, smoking her vape, babbling about nothing, going nowhere, not showing you guys the sights, not showing you interesting content, not doing interesting content, just babbling and complaining. She was planning on giving you guys months of boring content. And now she can't do that. And she realizes she can't do that. So you guys might have Girl World to thank for interesting content from here on out. Because now she's got to get up, get dressed, get in the car, do something. She can't just sit in the house all day. You're welcome.
They basically found you from a doorway and doorknobs, yeah. Well, Beeezin, I don't think they would have found it if the landlord hadn't posted another unit for rent in the building. Like, I didn't even know there was another unit for how many effing apartments can there be in a big house? You know.
So you're complaining about the landlord doing what landlords do. When they have units that they're trying to rent, of course they're going to advertise it because they want tenants to come in and start paying rent. You're mad at the landlord for just carrying on business as usual. This is a bad thing. Mad at the landlord for that. How dare that landlord have an open unit for rent and they advertised it? What's wrong with him?
No. Like, how many apartments can there be? But yeah, no, I can't do that, Amira. And I have a limited time as well. But we're not going to just...
Oh, that might have been... She might have just told on herself there. She just said that. She said, I have limited time there. So it sounds like maybe he's given her, I don't know, maybe a week or two to get things together. He's given her like a small window of time to get things together. He's not giving her 30 days.
Just check Smokey. Don't worry, he's fine right now. And we're going to find him a really good place. Yeah. And I can't just drop him at the SPCA because they don't allow that. You have to do intake and they have to decide. Hey, Lily.
Yeah, I agree with what somebody said on Twitter. I don't think she wants to give Smokey up to the RSPCA or any organization because that will put her in the system to where she can't adopt from any group. She wants to keep her name off any lists. And ECP says RV Life Arc. That would actually be content. Her living in an RV, that would be something. If she lived in an RV, that would be something. That would be interesting content, y'all, because You have to be pretty self-sufficient to live in an RV, to do that camper life. Chantal's not set up for that. She is not strong enough for that. But that would be amazing content, I'll tell you what. Like I said, I would pay big money to see her change the black water tank or empty out the black water tank in an RV. She would have to. And for those who do not know what a black water tank is, that's the sewage part of an RV. And you have to empty those out or you're going to get flooded with nasty stuff in your bathroom.
Always prevail, teardrop. Yeah, well, inshallah. RV life arc. I'm leaving my place, plain cheeseburger. I don't feel, yeah, I'll be okay, Justine. Your impulsiveness affects not only you, but everyone around you. Okay, how, little all-star? What are you?
Woo! Somebody, little all-star, is sending a super chat saying, hope you start to realize your impulsiveness affects not only you, but everyone around you, and never for the better. Yeah, it's a chain reaction. So her being impulsive, it's affected her. It affected Smokey because she brought Smokey into her impulsive, chaotic, unstable life. I'm sure that's going to be affecting her family because she's going to be going to the family for additional help. It's affecting everything.
What are you talking about? My impulsiveness with what?
Your life, your decisions, your choices, what you do. It affects everybody, Chantal, not just you.
So you're blaming me for being doxxed and being in trouble?
Yes. Yes, actually. Yes, it is your fault. It is your fault. Because you've been on YouTube for how many years? You know about the kiwi farmers. You know how they super sleuth all over the place. And you should have been more careful. You know you should have been more careful, and you weren't. You showed way too much. You had to know what that was going to lead to. And you practically invited it. And here's the strange thing, Chantal. Back during Crackhead Olympics, when you were living at the Canadian Villa, you showed the entire place, and then you went a step further. You were giving out your Amazon wish list, and you were having the Foodies send you stuff to your house. People knew your address, and it didn't bother you then. It bothers you now, though.
Is that what you're doing? So you people bully me to the extent and try to get me, everything and whatever, but I'm responsible for that. All right, sure. Thanks for the money. Yeah. Oh, well. Did she stalk herself? Right. Yeah. Getting Smokey was impulsive? Well, I kind of felt pressured because the woman really wanted to get rid of him.
Okay, stop right there. I really felt pressured. What? You reached out to her. She didn't reach out to you. And even if you felt pressure, you can't say no. You can't say to that person, hey, I literally just moved. And the place that I'm at allows no pets. So I'm sorry I can't help you. Again, you're the narcissist at work, shifting the blame on somebody else. Oh, it wasn't my fault. It was somebody else's fault. I felt pressured. You can't say no. And I don't believe this pressuring business, Chantal. You were just in a hot fired hurry to get a pet, to use for attention on screen and also to get money.
And I would keep Smokey. Honestly, I decided I was going to keep Smokey if I was staying at my place. Like I did my last live stream in my home, and I said that I'm going to keep Smokey. I'm going to make it work because yes, he is growing on me day to day. He's grown on me, like he's very loving, whatever. Doxing someone is impulsive. Yeah, maybe I'm impulsive, but you're repulsive. Okay? So, just saying. He was totally safe and fine in my apartment. It's not like he's, people foster pets for months. So the outrage over Smokey is just false BS as usual.
The reason why people reacted as quickly as they did, Chantal, is because of your history with animals. Maybe he was safe for now, but for how much longer? I mean, already you're showing very disturbing signs of falling back into your old habits, where you're back in Canada and you're buying tons of edibles and keeping yourself numbed out and being stoned and high, and that's where your money is going. We saw what happened back at the Canadian villa when you were heavily into your chemicals and partying too much. The care of the cats suffered. They weren't being properly cared for. The place was trashed. They didn't have proper food. The litter boxes were dirty. The cat, Smokey, is already super obese. Knowing you would have fed him human food and made the situation worse. People were alarmed that you had another pet and wanted to make sure that he would be okay. So you shouldn't have gotten a pet.
And I'm not entertaining any more drama. So you all are seriously, literally going to be talking to yourselves on that front. Like, I don't know how I'm literally just beezing, and then when I do live streams, it's gonna have to be like, if I'm at home, it's gonna have to be green screens, VPNs and green screens, baby. So yeah, you also took a home away from Smokey, if you want to look at it that way. You want to dox people, and that's what happens. Sorry.
Well, you were not providing much of a home, and you're not much of a good owner. So maybe this was good for him. May not have been good for you because you have to find another place to live, but it would definitely be better for Smokey because he's going to be going to someone that can take care of him, that will take care of him. Maybe put him on a diet to where he can lose some of the weight, be healthier, get him some something, like anything's better than you, Foodie.
Sorry, but what do you expect? So yeah, that's it.
I mean, if we're going to talk turkey here, you said that Smokey was 6 years old. He's still fairly young. He's not that old. Some cats can live to be sometimes 20 years old. So he's got another at least 7, 8 years, maybe more, depending on his care. Not to be rude, but do you have another 7, 8 years in you, given your health? Do you know that you're going to be on this earthly plane for 7 more years, 8 more years, 9 more years? Be there with him until his very last day? I mean, your health is touch and go. And since it's touch and go and you're not willing to see what's going on with yourself, you shouldn't get a pet. Because if something happened to you, what's going to happen to Smokey then? He's going to end up being rehomed somewhere. So maybe him being rehomed now is the better option for him.
I'm leaving my place. Honestly, I'm not that mad because I don't really like living there. Honestly, it's I don't really like the stairs. I don't really like that you have to it's hard. Like, I don't know. It's just not just the stairs, but just the setup and everything. So
personally, I saw nothing wrong with the apartment. It looked cute to me. It looked like the kind of place that if you fixed it up, you put stuff in it, it could be a really cool place. Maybe it wasn't posh, but it had a lot of potential. I saw nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong at all. But of course, she's going to complain about it.
I'm like, sorry, but Like people found out where I live. And I'm not causing problems for the landlord. I'm not causing problems for myself. I'm not staying.
What do you mean you're not causing problems for the landlord? You broke the doggone toilet. You brought a pet in when it specifically said no smoking, no pets. So you saw that in the listing and you got a pet anyway. So between the broken toilet and you're already breaking the conditions of the lease, having a pet there, you're not starting out on the best foot with the landlord.
Staying there. So sorry, but no. I'll get my stuff out and that's it, And so yeah, no stairs don't fall. Hi, October girl. No. It's not.
I honestly don't see why she can't get out within like a day or two. It's not like she's got a ton of heavy furniture that she's got to move out by herself. She can probably gather all of her stuff, put it in that car, and go. I mean, she doesn't have that much.
Not going to work, Brooke. With people knowing my address, there's no way. No way. There's already problems starting and everything. So, and he's on edge about it. And like, he just, no. We both agreed it's better I leave anyways. Yeah. So, that's it. I'm gone. Hey, Pajami. How are you? Yeah, I know, Jacinta. Doxing a woman living alone. Yeah. Justine. Which I'm pretty sure doxing is illegal, but like, it's the internet. Who can you go after, right? Anyways, whatever. All these things aside, you look great today, and eyebrows and makeup on point. We support you, girl. Thank you, Mochi. Thank you. My arm is like shaking because I don't have I'm steadying it. Come live with me. I have a great home. Thanks for the offer, Pajami. Hey there, Chantal. Oh my goodness, what have I just walked in on? So sorry. Thank you, Star. Yeah, it's okay. It's just what meant to happen, I guess. Yeah, so I'm leaving my house. That's what happened.
She's getting kicked out. She's getting kicked out.
I'm moving out. Moving on out to the east side. Or the south side, north side. I don't know. Ooh, I'm hungry. Anyways. Did a bit of my eye makeup. Look at this mascara. It was so cheap, and it's just like roller lash. You're in Canada? No, I'm not homeless. I mean, yeah. I'm okay, guys. Don't worry.
I'm not homeless, but yeah. So are you homeless or not? And I'm not laughing at homelessness, y'all. That is serious. That is really serious. I don't wish homelessness on anybody. Anyone, because that's just bad.
How come it says audio off?
I was just laughing at the fact that she said, I'm not homeless, but yeah. So I'm like, huh? Are you or aren't you?
Whoops. Gotta figure out this thing. I gotta figure out this car. You know when you drive a new car? Time for some ice cream? They're just sitting laughing. Yeah, that's okay. Yes, he's very supportive. Not one person knows who I am. I'm the type of person, I need to like live on my own. Like I just need that, you know what I mean? Like especially with like the type of things I do online, and I wouldn't want to cause problems for anyone.
Did you hear that, Pete? She wants to live on her own, bro. So whatever hopes you got of moving in with Chantal and leeching off of her, you could just put that in the trash can. Like whatever hope that you're holding on to of recreating the Canadian Villa days, those days are over, per her own mouth.
Come to Scotland. I could pretty much go anywhere in the world I want, actually. But I'm not gonna, keep I'm not in no shape to travel. That's for sure.
And you don't have the money to travel either.
So, well, no, I mean on my own if I'm not with my husband. Why look, I'm so Cleopatra. You should try the UK. We could shop at Morrison's Bees. I dream of living alone also. No. Smoky is still prevailing. Yeah, scapegoat, I know. Not even Florida. Beeezin. Stock in moderation. The lengths people go to are insane. I agree with that. Yeah. Living alone sounds like a dream. Anyone laughing at this situation is mean. Well, there are people that get a kick out of that,
Do you want to know why, Chantal? Because back in the day, back during the Canadian Villa days, you were high on the hog. Girl, you were making so much money and you were flaunting it. You were straight up flaunting it. You were arrogant. And you said in Cuba, during one of your Cuba rages, you said, I have so much money. I hate money. I have so much money. And the universe heard you loud and clear. Because after Crackhead Olympics, your money started going down, way down. But you went to Kuwait. You were there for 3 years. And you could have fixed some things while you were there. But you didn't fix anything. You just got too comfortable and you overindulged in the food and everything else, and you didn't save your money or pay your taxes as you should. And here we are. Had you been smart with your money a long time ago, you wouldn't be going through this.
it's just how it is, I mean, some of my stuff is still there. I gotta slowly take it out. So, the window AC, don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Give it away or sell it, whatever. I know I have a lot of stuff I might just keep in storage or something. Maybe I should rent a storage unit and keep all my stuff in there. Deep fried Mars bar? Yum. It's a boy? Get out of here, teardrop. That's so exciting.
So Jeffrey Dahmer's fursona says live in the storage unit. I don't recommend that. I have seen YouTube videos of people who are living in storage units, and yeah, they made it work, but you can't do that. That's not legal. And if they find out that you're there, they will kick you out because that's not somewhere that a person should be living. You're just supposed to put your stuff in there. People have snuck around and lived in storage units, but it's a very tricky situation. And she's not that stealthy.
Congratulations to her. And to you, you're going to be a grandma again. That's great news. Oh, yeah. No, I mean until I can get another place. Keep it in storage. Because I gotta get out there. I'm not staying there. And I can't keep it at my mom's. All my stuff. I'll figure it out.
You know, Beezers, the same Beezers saying people live in storage units all the time. Chantal, don't listen to your Beezers. These are the same people who recommend things to you that end up getting you in trouble. Remember the whole situation with the kitten? There were a lot of people saying, don't do it, Chantal. Don't bring the kitten with you. Don't do it. But there were also people encouraging you to do it. And look what happened. And now you've got this person saying, go ahead and live in a storage unit. Don't do it. I don't recommend it.
Yeah. No, they can't. I mean, It's not about breaking me. Hi, Joey. There's more places to live. I mean, and I'll just be smarter next time. That's all. I'll just have to like make my Beeezin more boring. I'm sorry, but
That doesn't even make sense. Let's just say you found a place to live, like a motel room, because there are extended stays. If, you don't need much. You don't need anything posh, do you, Chantal? I'm sure you could find a sleazy, easy motel and play make a deal with the manager or the owner and get a great deal out of it. You just stream off your phone anyway. You don't need a room that has internet in it. You just need something for Wi-Fi. But you can go stay in one of those. But does it make sense that if you're in a position where you need money for everything to make your business more boring, that just means you're not going to make as much money as you need, right? So I would think the priority would be to make the business as interesting as possible. And you can find a variety of different ways to do that. So basically what you're saying to the Beezers is, because I don't have my own room in my own apartment, I'm going to punish you guys by making the content boring when I could flip this thing on its head and make it interesting, like turn lemons into lemonade. That's essentially what you're saying to people.
out of necessity.
No, not out of necessity. You don't have to make the Beezes boring out of necessity. You could flip this thing completely on its head and do something interesting. Just put kind of almost a comical spin on it. Make fun of the whole situation. Make fun of yourself, and it might work.
So yeah. I'm not going to talk about what I talked about with my landlord. That's going to be content for them, and no thanks. At least Foodie is back on wheels. Do you feel the adrenaline from your time on those mean streets of Kuwait? Yeah, I'm so happy to be driving. Don't let them name the baby SJ. You'll be okay.
Chantal's probably mad because she thought by getting the apartment that she could spend a lot of money on more edibles and food, and now she's got to move again. There goes that edible food money spent somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess I just have to use a screen. That means no cooking. That means no
You hate to cook.
anything, really. Just chatting.
You were never going to do cooking streams. You hate to cook, Chantal. You love your fast food. You like when people make the food for you. You don't want to make it yourself.
So,
And you hate dirty dishes.
but that's all you can do. C'est la vie, huh? Put the green screen background to your place in Kuwait and make them think you went back. In the ocean villa. Did you hit any curbs today? Not yet. I'm sure it's coming. I feel like your backgrounds aren't that important. You've already done 2 streams with just the black screen. True. Yeah. Anyway, my bad. Can't even show you. Yeah, cheeseburger. So, I really don't know how that's something to celebrate, though, like doxing someone. Like, you're literally endangering someone that makes you happy. Like, please evaluate yourself.
Chantal, you doxed Dee Dee's mom in her nursing home. You've doxed Perfectly Imperfect, her job, her family. You created fake profiles showing her son, her daughter. You've doxed plenty of people. And you were happy to do it. You wanted to cause ruination as much as you could with the people you didn't like. So you did it to other people, but when it gets done to you, it's a problem.
Like, mentally, really, that's really sad that you're like that. And no, it's true. People think it's like an L. It's really a W. It's really an L, because who would do that other than a loser? Like.
Well, Does that make you a loser? Because you've doxed people. If you're putting an L on everybody else's forehead, you better look in the mirror because there's one on yours too.
The apartment was going to be fun. There's more apartments. Kuwait made me a better driver. Driving is so different here. But yeah, there's more apartments. There's more things in life, I guess, than that one apartment. So whatever. Who cares? I'm not bothered, honestly.
You know her family's got to be aggravated right about now. That mom and dad are furious. They're like, what? We got to help her again? She just moved in there. And she's going to be coming to us for help again. You know they're mad.
I just think maybe it wasn't meant to be. That's it. I didn't enjoy it that much. No. You guys saw how it come up.
You know what? Shut up. You didn't enjoy it that much because you didn't give yourself a chance to enjoy it. You weren't trying to do something different, like be excited that you've got a new place and look forward to decorating it and making it into a home. You weren't doing anything to make it into a home other than throw up an Amazon wish list and ask everybody in your audience to buy expensive stuff for you, even though you were going to get paid from YouTube. You were expecting your Beezers to buy high ticket items off your Amazon wish list and furnish your entire house, but you weren't making any effort into treating it like a real home, other than sitting in a room on your bed, ceiling, vaping, smoking, and getting stoned.
I want to complain every day how depressed I am. Mostly for missing like Salah and Julia, but also just, I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. I just wanted to hurry and like get a place, you know? So, hey, Tracy.
Well, I'm sure the apartments or homes that you're looking at are way out of your price range, because if they weren't, you would have gotten them first. Maybe the places that you wanted that were ideal for your aesthetics, generally the nicer places in the nicer apartment complexes, they ask a lot more requirements. And maybe you could not afford the requirements, or you didn't meet the requirements, and that's why you picked the place off of Facebook Marketplace. So obviously there is something at work here. If you're saying, oh, there's a lot more apartments, then why did you move into the one that you were in that said no smoking and no pets if you knew you were going to be smoking and you were going to be getting a pet? I feel that getting the apartment was kind of a desperate move, that maybe in that moment that was all you could get. And even though the landlord was saying no pets, no smoking, you're like, well, I have to move in somewhere really fast, so let me just move into this place and try to make it work. And unfortunately, it did not work.
Anyways. Just move into a building with a ton of units. Yeah, I'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't recommend that. Stinky Peterson says, just move into a building with a ton of units. I don't recommend that, honestly. Those tend to be a bit more expensive, and those are the more professional apartment complexes. And again, they ask a lot more of you to move in, but also a building with a ton of units. The walls for places like that tend to be very, very thin, really thin. And Chantal's way too noisy and way too disruptive. If she moved into a big building with lots of units, as loud as she is, as messy as she is, she streams at weird hours of the night. You know, she could be up at 2 a.m, streaming to her Beezers, talking loudly, not trying to be quiet. She's sloppy, so she would cause a roach infestation perhaps for herself and other units, which would be a problem. I think that would be disastrous for her and everyone else involved.
Do that. What? Yeah, I guess that's it. No more news. It's not just the apartment. It's just because they doxed you and keep trying to make your life hell. That's what pisses me off. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just have to be a lot more careful, I guess, you know? Hey, Alicia. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, hopefully. I just can't believe that you're having to go through this. Yeah, I know. It probably seems like a lot for you guys, but
Hey, Chantal, I got an idea for you. Remember the motel that you and Natter went to? The really sleazy one? The one with the sex chair? Why don't you go back there and rent by the month? It's a perfect box there. They don't care what you do.
somebody who's been through this many times, it's, I don't know, almost an adventure. You said it creeped you out too. I hate this happening to you, but I hope you're happier wherever you end up next. Yeah, Carolina. I'm confused because they're trying to run you off the internet, but they make money watching you. Yeah, I mean, really weird, right? Some people get pleasure from ruining others' lives. A lot of people do. That's why we always say mashallah, you know, because nobody probably said that to me when I got my place. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'm okay, though. I'm really okay. Oh, Carolina, yeah. Yeah, they doxed my address, so I'm not stay. I can't stay there anymore. That's it. So, yep, I don't need.
She told on herself again. She just said, I can't stay there anymore. So she's getting kicked out. She's not moving out voluntarily. She's getting kicked out. Earlier, she said, this is my decision, but it wasn't her decision.
People knowing, I don't like them having that power of knowing where my home is. I'm not staying there. There's no way. There's no way. Alicia, welcome to her recipes. And they probably wouldn't have found it if it weren't for another ad going up and somebody stalking the internet.
There we go. Still blaming the landlord. It's his fault. It's his fault for advertising another unit in the same building. That landlord was bad. And I would have gotten away with it if it hadn't been for that doggone apartment.
You know, so that's just bad luck. But next time I've learned. I know it, I like, you know, 8 million times a charm, but now I know, like, okay, I can't live stream at all anything from my place. That's it. No, I don't think so, Volpe. Not if I don't stream from it. If I only stream from a background or a white wall. No, they.
We know you, though, Chantal. We know you. We know how lazy you are, that you won't be careful. And we're also aware of the fact that you're back in Canada. You're back on the edibles and whatever else you might be doing. And whenever you're on the party favors, you get lazy and you get thirsty for attention. And that tends to put the smart part of your brain to sleep, the reasonable part of your brain. It goes to sleep. Logic and reason go take a coffee break. And you just say, screw it, I'm going to do what I want to do. You get defiant. You're like, screw it, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care if they know where I am. I just want to do what I want to do in this moment. No matter how stupid it is, I'll deal with it later. In this moment, this is what I'm feeling. And you're going to dox yourself again. It's going to happen.
It won't. Because every time this happens, it makes me know their tricks more. And so forget it. I owe you an arm wiggle? Ready, set, rebees, teardrop. Maybe Neo Tarot. I don't know who that is. Tarot reader? As I say, you're resilient.
Val Gilbert says maybe Neo Tarot will do a reading about this. Oh, she probably will. I hope that she does, and I'll react to it if she does. So that's awesome that the Beezers know about Neo Tarot, and they're talking about Neo Tarot in Chantal's chat. Do you know what that's going to lead to? The Beezers going over to Neo Tarot's channel and checking her out. I think that's great. I think the Beezers should know about Neo Tarot.
Always land on your feet. Thank you. You make your money from live streaming. Yeah, I can do it outside the house.
Yeah, but you don't want to go outside the house. You hate going outside. How are you going to manage that one?
Hey, Kristen. I said hi, Tracy, didn't I? Hi, Tracy. What's up? What's up? I wish I had my stand with me. Oh, my gosh. Such a mess.
Chantal, you just got paid from YouTube and you got a car. What is stopping you from going to a store and getting a stand? Why are you so lazy? You're in the car right now. You can't just go to the store and get a stand. How much is that going to cost you? You don't make any sense to me. You want to make money on YouTube, but you lack the basic tools for what you do.
Anyway, I have a lot to do, so I can't really be... I might go live later. I don't know.
Okay. I stopped it here for a reason. Look at what she's doing. She's biting her nails. She's biting the nails. Bite, bite, bite. She don't have any nails left. Girl, you're going to chew those nails down to the quick. She always bites her nails and bites on her fingers when she's nervous.
But yeah, Smokey's fine. I would not let anything bad happen to Smokey. I would not just dump him off.
Girl, leave those fingers alone. You're going to hurt yourself.
An RV and travel around Canada. Plain cheeseburger, 22 months. Hi. Ready, share.
People in the chat are saying, get an RV to live in. Beezers, do you not realize that RVs are expensive? Even if Chantal went on Facebook Marketplace and found a used RV, because used RVs are out there for sale, they're still expensive. And if they're used, even if they're new, just like with apartments, RVs have quirks too, and you don't find them out until after you purchase them. You might find that they may have a leaky roof or a leaky window or something going on with the floor or the toilet, or the RV itself may not have a water heater to give hot water for a shower. I mean, that's why you have to do your due diligence and check them out thoroughly before you buy them. But they're still not cheap. And she knows nothing about maintaining an RV. Nothing at all. And I would love to see her get inside of an RV bathroom because most of them tend to be small.
RV life. Hey, Pumpy. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm staying in Canada for sure. I knew they would do this. People are doing too much. You deserve to live somewhere hassle-free. Thank you. Oh, yeah, sure. Using the Dee Dee's elderly's mom. Yeah, from years ago to keep doxing me as an excuse. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I joined the other day, but it was still showing I should join again. I could join again. Well, here I am, proud Beezer. Yeah, I see you in green, Elisa. Oh, Ready, Set, Bees. Welcome. Homeless in a car. I literally can't tell you guys what I'm doing, unfortunately. Gotta love the hate money, yeah. Well, that's a long story, Justine. But anyway, I'm pretty sure her mom's room, her mom is deceased, by the way, but She put out a video with her mom's room in the video. Yeah, pretty much. The new fresh start for you. You've come back online stronger with the steering wheel. Improve the haters are just kidding. Yeah, I'm not in a competition with haters. I just want them to get a life and leave me alone. I don't.
Check this out, Chantal. Look at this person in chat. This person's offering you a place to live. Pajami Ma says, I am actually offering if you would like a nice home. I'm a terrific cook and have a nice home, even if it's just for a few months until you figure it out. Why are you stupid, Pajami? You really want all the chaos that comes with Foodie? I don't think you know what you're signing up for. I really don't think you know. I mean, you like watching her online, but that's a whole different story than having her live with you. I don't think you want that smoke.
Care what you do with your life. Like, I don't care if you can. I'll give you this. You can have this win. Go for it. Just like live your life, man. If you hate me, change the channel. Get a life. Like, it's insane that this is how you want to spend your life and think that karma is not going to come back to you.
Well, Chantal, you're no one to talk about karma because forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think you're living part of your bad karma right now. And the beautiful part about it is your karma is yours. It's not because of what people are sending at you or doing to you. It's things you're doing to yourself. It's the energy that you put out that is now coming back to you. Like, you might be experiencing the fallback and the backlash of all the stuff that you've done over the course of years. It might have all caught up to you. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But whatever. I'm not here to whatever. Do what you want. I don't care. Having to leave my house, I'm kind of relieved, honestly. I wasn't happy, and every day was getting worse. So you did me a favor, okay?
I would like to hear what would make you happy. I'm curious. What would make you happy, Chantal? Living in a mansion, a condo, a fully furnished, poshy place? What would make you happy? I'm interested. What would make you happy? Because you were at the Canadian villa, which was pretty nice when you and Pete moved in, and then you being there, it became not so nice. That didn't make you happy. You were in Kuwait in the oceanside villa, and you were miserable there. That didn't make you happy. And then here you are in Canada in a fairly decent apartment. That's not making you happy. So what will make you happy? Is your happiness defined by living with someone and they pay all the bills and they completely take care of you so you can do nothing? Is that your idea of happiness? That might be your idea of happiness, but maybe not so much for the person you put all the responsibility on.
Okay, thank you. I'm actually offering if you would like, and thank you, Pajami. That's very nice of you, honestly. I have plans, but I really appreciate you. I do. That's very nice of you to want to take, someone like a stranger into your home. They're coming off so insanely psychotic. It is, yeah. You got to really protect yourself because you can't control what these people do. These insane people do. So,
Pajami, you should look at her refusal as escaping a bullet. Because just imagine if Chantal moved into your house, the things that you would have to deal with. Her being sloppy and throwing trash on your floor. You wake up in the morning and she's eaten all of your food. Her not bathing and stinking up the place. Streaming at weird hours, being noisy. It would be so disruptive. Not to mention the possibility of a roach infestation and fruit flies everywhere and rotted food everywhere. I mean, you don't know how much that you're escaping a bullet by her saying no to your offer.
That's enough about that. I'm not talking about doxing anymore. I'm not talking about anything. If I ignore your questions, it's because I can't answer them. I'm not ignoring you. Um, yeah, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling people anything anymore. Pretty much anything. So it's just gonna be chatter and mukbangs, whatever I eat. I don't know, whatever I do, but I wish you could live with me. Onward and upward, yeah. I've had to deal. I'm used to just. I kind of enjoy the thought. Like the thought of stability scares me.
We're having another rare moment, y'all. Chantal is actually telling the truth. With that statement, she was telling the truth. Stability scares her. I don't know why it would scare her, but she's scared of stability. Could it be because stability means responsibility and accountability, and that's what scares her? Because I, that means adulting. She would have to be an adult, and she couldn't be so irresponsible with herself. She would have to take care of things. She would have to pay attention to things. I think so. It's weird, but it seems like she's enjoying chaos. Like she wants to be surrounded in chaos, and she wants to be free of responsibility and accountability and adulting. Maybe to her, stability represents rules and restriction and boundaries, and she doesn't like any of that.
If that makes any sense, like the thought of being set up somewhere, like just being there, like I just felt like I don't know how to explain it. I'm restless. I'm a restless Beezer. This is why we can't have nice things. Yes. All your children are adopted. You could be the fourth. Aw. I'm fine with chatter and mukbangs.
So Pumpy says stability or commitment. I think it's commitment. I don't think she likes commitment. She doesn't want to commit to adulthood.
No, I don't think there's going to be any more self-sabotage in my life. Stability or commitment?
Commitment.
Yeah, good question, Pumpy. I missed the driving vlogs. I should have brought my stand, darn it. Gosh darn it! We will never stop ruining your life, Karma. Okay, you can try. Sad, pathetic people, really. They can still see it, Tracy, anyways. That's how. My ADHD brain can't even settle on one thing the older I get, so I understand.
Tracy says, how can channels snipe you if you're behind a paywall? Because this is not a members only stream. She's never going to put her streams behind a wall. She wants the most views and the most money that she can get. So, of course, the reaction channels are going to have access to it.
People are going to end themselves up in jail, like, eventually. Because I'm sure that, like, you know, doxing is illegal. So, I'm just saying. But the more illegal things people do, the more, you know, like, look at Marty. It was very easy to report him to the FBI, and then he had to stop. So, but he did everything on live. So, all you need is to catch these people admitting to something, and yeah. But I don't have the time to worry about these people and drama. Like, I don't want to waste my time looking on every little forum for who did what. I want to live my life that way.
Chantal, just the other day in your live stream, you admitted that you went on kiwi farms. And we're also familiar with you being on Twitter and using sock accounts, and YouTube also using sock accounts, and getting in people's comment sections and in their live chats using sock accounts. You are everywhere. You're everywhere. So don't sit there and say, I don't have time for the drama. I'm not paying attention to the drama, when that's all you do.
Are you kidding? I'd rather spend time picking my nose than deal with that. Nashi bees. I wish they had nashies. I'd go get a few. She should be reported, just saying. Yeah, probably. Because they doxed me pajamas, so I don't feel safe there, so I'm leaving.
No, she's getting kicked out.
I wish there was an actual way to make them pay for it. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It's insane, you know? And people who call, like, number one, restaurants should not accept cash on delivery anymore. You need to prepay that. Sorry, because people sending pizzas to people's houses, stuff like that, that needs to, like, they need to pay for it.
Did that happen to her? Is that why she's complaining about this? This sounds like something that actually happened to her.
You know, like you're wasting a business's food. You're wasting food. You're wasting time, and people giggle at that. That's like,
Ma'am, stop right there. You want to complain about you're wasting food from the restaurant, you're wasting people's time. At the same time, back during Crackhead Olympics, how many times were you scamming restaurants using Uber Eats and Postmates? How many times did you order meals from restaurants, eat the majority of the food, and then call to get a refund? You could never pull that scam inside of a restaurant where you sit down and eat. No, you pulled that scam online so no one could see that you were lying and you'd eaten most of the food and you were scamming the restaurants out of free food. You were costing the restaurants money. It was immoral to do that. You were stealing. Shame on you.
like so sad. You know, same thing when people swat people. You're like, you're wasting police resources. Is that not? They need to.
Ma'am, again, hypocrite. You basically went to the cops about Natter to get back at him because he was going to go to the cops and get a restraining order on you. The Beezers told you about that, and you're like, oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to win the game. And you were desperate to get Dee Dee away from Natter so you could go over there and visit him. You were foaming at the mouth for her to go home, and you didn't see a way to make it happen beyond that. So you want to go to the cops and make up a bunch of charges to scare him and scare Dee Dee into going home. So talk about wasting police resources. You did that plenty yourself during Crackhead Olympics.
Trace these people and find them and they need to like get them in trouble. You know? No, Tracy, I'm not staying somewhere where people know my address. No way. There's no way. I'm not living every day like at the mercy of psychotic people. That's just not gonna happen. No. No. But I can guarantee you 1,000,000% you're not gonna know the next place I live. There's no way. Nope. If I have to not stream from my house, it'll happen that way. And if I lose money, oh well. It's a waste of money and resources, yeah. For all the crazies talk about karma, they never stop to consider their afterlife ruination. Yeah, that's fine. They always use things from like years ago, you know?
Because those things still count. Just because it happened years ago doesn't mean that they don't count now. They do.
It's like crazy. They won't find them, Tracy. They won't find, I don't think. That's the problem. They don't seem to like to do anything about online stuff. I don't know. I would keep everything private for your safety. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about that. Like, I'm just here to give you guys an update. A place that was never advertised online, right? Reaction channels stream from one room, often with a green screen. True, and they don't show themselves. Yeah, probably with good reason. That's probably one of the reasons, you know, to avoid doxing. You have to be careful. And it's my fault, too, that I showed my place, you know? I didn't think that people would, honestly, I do expect it, but then again, when it happens, I'm like, what kind of person does that? Hey, Gabrielle.
Girl, you're chewing on them fingers like they have nashi sauce on them. Quit it.
Thank you, Yo2. I'll come up with fun live ideas. Yeah, hopefully, inshallah. Okay, Amira, take care. Yeah, true, Red Room. Hey, Nicole. Who knows? Yeah. You can get a green screen. I'm so surprised they... Yeah, nonstop, yes. It's like these people wake up, think of Foodie Beauty, look up ways to like try to mess with me. That's their life, yeah. You know. Whatever. Yeah, mama. Yeah, now you know why. You guys, I'm telling you, take it from me. Be very careful. Yeah, be very careful online. You know? So, for sure, teardrop, yeah. They go crazy when you don't stream. The panic is hilarious. Yeah, and then they do everything to get me to leave. You know what I mean?
Red Room, where are you getting that there's panic? Nobody panics when Chantal's not streaming. I mean, I was just on Twitter and there have been comments saying it was nice when Chantal wasn't around. It was nice and peaceful, so there was no panic.
Anyways, it is what it is. Where your internet? Yeah, never without protection. Yes. I know, Stephanie. Yeah, I have to move, Nicole, because they doxed me, so. I'm not staying there. Kind of like, honestly, I was a little relieved. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I gotta go. Maybe I'm just numb to change like that now. Crystal! Welcome to Vampire Bees! But yeah, basically they go around, they look at like your doorknobs, your everything, the archways, Google reverse images of your place. It's really not smart to show anything of your place. So if I do want to settle, next place I settle in and I want to do streams, I have to have a setup, like a green screen, white wall. That's it. Because my landlord advertised another apartment in the same building.
Again, her just pointing the finger at the landlord. It's his fault. It's the landlord's fault. Because he showed another unit that looked just like mine.
Yeah. Yeah, some people couldn't handle it, October girl. Set up a tripod facing your bed and don't move it. Yeah. Not even. I'm not even showing my door. No doors, no handles. You're getting nothing. No, nothing. If the wall has texture, I'm going to scream. It's going to be a green screen anyways. So.
Hey, here's a helpful tip, Foodie. The next place you go into, don't get a cat. Just don't get a pet. Bad idea. Refrain from getting any animal and bringing it into your care. You said a few minutes ago you don't like stability. That stability scares you. And yet, when you have a pet, you should be offering stability for yourself and your pet. So if you are an unstable person with an unstable life and you don't like the idea of stability and you cannot offer stability, you shouldn't have a pet. It's just smart thinking just to not get one.
That's it. Smokey's good. He's okay. So, yeah. But I cannot keep Smokey, especially now. So, yeah, I have to rehome him. So,
It'll be good for him. He needs to go to an owner that can properly care for him, and that person is not you. So I think this whole thing with you is as bad as it is for you, it's going to be good for him. He'll go to the right place and the right person that can give him his stable forever home.
go live in the mountains, right? I wish. Honestly, would rather rough it in a be like honestly, I would rather almost live in a car than have to go through another like looking.
I That is so funny. If Chantal, you got jokes today. You got jokes. I would rather rough it. Girl, you don't know how to rough it. You got jokes. You should go to a comedy club and do a stand-up act. You are a comedian today. You're making me laugh. Roughing it. You're just a big old marshmallow. You're so soft. You don't know how to rough it. You've had that marshmallow life for years. You've not gone through anything. You don't have a survival instinct. You don't know how to rough it. You don't know the first thing about taking care of yourself. You're all about finding someone to take care of you. You don't know how to, you don't know what to do with yourself. Don't even try.
For a place. It's sickening. Just cover the entire place in tinfoil. Someone on Kiwi Farms, Andre Marie, without a doubt. Who else would it be? You know? It's like they're so weird. They like give crap to like people on Twitter for docs actually doxing, but you put the docs on your forum for people to go get. That's where Twitter gets the docs.
So she can't make up her mind. She's flip-flopping. First she's blaming Girl World for the doxing. Now she's saying it started on Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms found the information first, and then it filtered on over to Twitter, which then filtered over to YouTube. See how that works? But it started with the Kiwi farmers. They are detectives over there, and they find things. And they have found things in the past with Chantal, and she should know better. She should know. They found the information, and it just filtered from one place to another very, very quickly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? What do you expect people to do when the information is there? Of course, nastier people are going to see it. Anyway. Yeah, I know.
And yeah, I do feel bad for Smokey being rehomed so much. I feel really bad for that cat. And I pray that he finds a good owner, someplace appropriate. Maybe he could be a barn cat. Maybe they could find a nice country farm. You have plenty of room. He can be outside. Chantal says the cat sprays. I don't know if that's true because I'm not in the room to tell. But if he still sprays, maybe he'd be better being a farm cat. And he could have plenty of space. Maybe there'd be other cats there he could socialize with. He'd get some exercise. It might be good for him to go someplace where he can be himself.
Nicole, thank you for the offer. Come live up in cottage country with me. It's beautiful. Oh, Kristen, you guys are sweet. It should be illegal. Yeah, it should teardrop, but there's a lot on the internet that.
And Nicole, something's wrong with you. You, ma'am, you. Saying, I live in the Appalachian Mountains and the Blue Ridge Mountains. Come get away for a while. Are you stupid, Nicole? Are you stupid? Telling Chantal to come to the mountains. She could not adjust to mountain life, the high altitudes. It's hard up there. Mountain life is hard. What are you talking about? She would not survive.
That should be illegal. They can't catch, Need to get a hobby for sure.
And there we go. Egg on Leg says the mountains don't have good fast food delivery. Exactly. When you're up in the mountains, you have to be self-sufficient. You got to know how to take care of yourself. You just have to. It is a requirement. And if you don't go up there knowing how to take care of yourself, you better learn real fast. And she's not a fast learner.
Yeah. Well, their hobby would be trying to ruin people's lives. That's what their hobby is. So,
and the reception as far as Wi-Fi and stuff, I'm sure would be terrible.
No, I don't go on Twitter either. They're so proud. I know they're probably like, yes, like getting, like, you know, circle jerking each other, as I call it. That's what they're doing. But you really did me a favor, actually. So, like, I don't know. I don't think I would be happy, honestly. And I'm saying that honestly. I don't know if I would be happy.
You know, there's a reason why Chantal is turning down all these offers from the Beezers. Several Beezers during this live stream are stepping forward and saying, hey, Chantal, if you need a place to live, come to me. You can live with me. There is a reason why she's not living with a Beezer. As long as she's online and these Beezers don't know her and they have no personal contact with her, she can keep all of her secrets safe. The moment she moves in with somebody, they're going to find some stuff out. I promise you. And she doesn't want that to happen. She doesn't want the Beezers, any of them, to get the truth of who she is and what she's about, because there might be a chance that once that happens, they might come online and go, Chantal lived with me for X amount of time and here's what happened. She don't want that to happen, getting fully exposed.
Be there. So, live with Bear. Her place sounds beautiful. Oh, I would.
Yeah, it will. If it's beautiful, it won't stay that way for long if she moves in there. As for doggone sure, she would not have respect for the property, for the space, for the person. She'd have no respect for anybody.
Love to. Good thing you did not get a lot of furnishings. Yeah, I'm glad it happened before I set up my whole place. Thank you, Pumpy. I have no room, but I could kick out husband. You can take his place. Well, you'd have to hide your snacks from me too, Teardrop, so not much would change there.
So she's already admitting when she moves into a place, she'd eat all the food. See that, Beezers? Did you hear that part? If she moves in with y'all, your groceries will be gone.
Anyways. Always optimistic, dust off and move on. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't think I really wanted to stay there because there was just some things, you know. I just wasn't. It just was. I don't think it was a place for me. I'd rather share with you than him. The snack bandit. Marisa steals Celeste's snacks. Pajami, I can't. I have access to a car. Yeah. It's friggin' nice and AC. Yep, I'm not staying there. No way. Not with people knowing where I live. A cornhole too. I just Googled Kiwi Farms. No, thank you. Yeah, Justine. Yeah, I don't blame you. The place needed a lot of work. Well, I mean, you know, it's kind of cute little place, but it didn't feel like your home. Your next place will be your safety. Yeah, how can you be? You can't feel safe in a place where, like, people on the internet who want the worst for you know exactly where you live. There's no way. Like, take that AC with you. The GAT? Oh, no way. GAT now? Ugh. I pray you get sorted. Are you going to be in the car tonight? Have you left already? Yeah, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to stay there. So I just got to go back and get my stuff. And I thought it looked like it had potato. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Why can't she sleep there? if the landlord is saying we're giving you X amount of time to get your stuff out, she can go back and sleep there. There's no reason to not be there unless there is a reason.
It's my AC. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe somebody needs it. It is raining. Be vague, yeah. Right after installing the AC. Good thing it wasn't a hard installation. Then I'd be more pissed, maybe. But I'm not getting pissed at anything. Can you and Peace be roommates so that way someone is there? I don't think so because I'm married. So anyways, yeah. That's the updates. That's the news. Yeah. No, I'm not leaving the AC. Very easy to uninstall. Very easy. And it's not that heavy. Well, it kind of is. That's the problem with, I so miss the central air in Kuwait, but thank you, Nicole. Yeah, I know. Anyways, Suro sisters, on to the next adventure. There should be a way to take legal action. Thank you, Tebe. Yeah. I don't know. The problem is, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard, Tebe. You'd be surprised. Scapegoat, what? God bless you in my prayers, and I'm sorry about all this. Thank you, Jacinta. I appreciate you guys. Just, again, always listening to me. You guys are awesome. Your queen, inshallah, will be fine, and I don't know what I'll do, but...
I just had a thought. I don't know why I didn't have it earlier, but I'm having it now. I'm thinking the reason why she did the car bees is because she wanted to come online and tell people that she's getting kicked out of the apartment, because she might be hoping that people will send her extra money through PayPal. This could be like a subtle PayPal grift. Pity poor me. I'm getting kicked out or I'm moving out, whichever the case is. And I don't know where I'm going exactly. So maybe that might poke at her Beezers to send her money to help her with her next move.
Whatever. I'll figure it out. Protect your peace and safety at all costs. Yes. What takes a lot of time and money and energy? You mean the AC? Thanks, Gabrielle. I know a lot of you care. A new steering wheel tray. Thanks, NM.
You Beezers worry too much over Chantal. She just got paid from YouTube. And she could easily go back to the apartment and stay there for X amount of time. So it's not like she's homeless. She still technically has a home. And let's just say she couldn't go back there. Again, she just got paid from YouTube. She's got money in pocket. She could go rent a hotel room. She's not going to be out on the street. She's fine.
Anyways. So, time to go traveling around. Thanks, Justine. We're carrying Beezers. Yeah. Oh, pursuing legal action is a lot of money, time. Yes, exactly.
Congrats on 108K, by the way. She doesn't need congratulations. She bought those subs.
Congrats on 108K. Thank you, Mochi. I didn't even know.
Yes, you did, because you bought those subs. You bought them. The way you bought yourself to 100K, remember? We remember.
Thanks guys for. That's awesome. Maybe I will make it to 1,000,000. I doubt
Doubt it.
it. I don't even want to. I don't want more attention on myself. I just want a peaceful life. Thanks, Beeezin. Scrimco. Don't share any of your plans with your husband because let's believe they'll create issues with that as well. Yes, yeah, true. I'm not sharing any. Yeah, just going a long trip. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. For now, I think that's what I'll do. Move quietly when it comes to your personal life. Yes. Yeah. If all the people that were obsessed, you'd be over 1,000,000. True, Jen. Road trip out east. Yeah, the east is awesome. The East Coast. I loved going there. Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia. Deborah, welcome to Very Important Music. Race at Bees. Sure, you can just drive away. I'd almost that than being stuck.
To all the people in her chat that are suggesting the RV life, the van life, just keep this in mind. Again, she's not self-sufficient. And what if the car breaks down? Who's going to fix it? She doesn't know how to fix it. I'm sorry, I can't see her doing van life. I've watched YouTube videos of people who do the van life, and many of them have said it is difficult. Even if you have a custom van that you've set up yourself, it's a lot of work. And you got to maintain things, and you have to keep a very clean space because the space is so limited. And you got to get creative with storage and putting things away and putting in a refrigerator and cleaning your dishes and whatnot. You got to get creative, and you got to keep it clean. You just have to. And you can't bring that much with you. You got to decide early what things are going with you and what things stay behind. You can't put too terribly much in a van.
In a depressing apartment, you know. I don't think that's for me, you know. The roasted chicken live stream was a mistake. Maybe it was meant to be that we left.
Eggs on Leg says, in a van, you would have to empty the black water tank. Like I said, I would pay big money to see her do that. It is a pain in the butt.
Oh, you left me another message? Okay, Teardrop. I'll check it out. Now, there were some other things going on in Kuwait I'm not going to talk about, but I think it was just a good idea that we left. Yeah. So. Apartment life sucks. Adventure awaits as long as you got a car and gas money. Yep. Yeah, gas money. I missed the price of gas in Kuwait too. Man. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. I'm going to be positive about that. My green satin shirt. Which one? I have a green satin shirt.
You did. You bought one, and it looked like a green satin tent on you. You don't remember it.
Beeezin. I'm hungry. Anyways. The shiny green shirt. I don't remember what shirt that is. Honestly, when I retire, I want to live the van life. Yeah, it's just freeing, just traveling around, you know, it's more exciting.
It's not for you. Trust and believe it's not for you. One day of traveling RV camper life and you would be done. The moment you realized all the things that you had to do to maintain that, you would be done.
Thanks, Pumpy. Orange Julep. We should go there. Or somewhere. I don't know. I don't really want to drive to Montreal. It depresses me. It was a button down. Oh, that's so long gone. I forgot about that. I don't know what happened to it. I've always wanted an RV. Yeah. I remember it now. Yeah, that's right. October. Yeah. Velma. Come west, mountain country. I've never been to the west of Canada. I'd like to go someday. That's for sure. I need to go number one. I have access to a car now. Yes. I got a car. Scrape goat, yes. Remember the silky green shirt looked good on you. Oh, don't remember. Orange Julius, orange julep. No, they're a little different, but they taste similar. Yeah, RV life is it's not easy.
Nope.
Van life, all that.
Nope.
Hi, Hayden Sapphire. Hey, Drella. It is. Okay, I'm going to get off for now, but I will see you guys maybe later, okay? I'll come back live. So thanks for listening to me. I appreciate
Oh, she's so loud. Sorry about that. She was just getting way too loud at the end. All right, so that was Chantal. That was her talking about van life, camper life, telling us that she's got to move soon, very soon. Don't know how soon, but she's got to do it. Got to find another place to live. And wherever she's going, she's going to use a green screen or a VPN and try to hide her location better. Let's see if that actually happens. Wherever she's going to slip up. You guys know she's going to slip up. She always does. So we'll see what happens, y'all. All right. So that's it for this react. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.